We get a 1, personal space, 2, personal space, 3.
Hey, hello listeners. This is just a quick disclaimer for this week's episode. As anyone that's listened to the show before knows, there can be some adult language, and anyone that's listening for the first time, please keep that in mind. We tend to be ourselves and not filter, so occasionally a bad word might come out. If you have any children in the room, please put on some headphones or have them put on some headphones. Thank you.
That I don't even care about this. I'm not even interested in having this skin on my personal space.
You're listening to the IDP Guys with Sean, John, and Nathan, the Wizards of Fantasy Football. Your go-to source for the individual defensive player strategy. And now, 3 guys who could only make an NFL team on Madden.
All right, welcome back to the IDP Guys. My name is Nathan. I'm joined with our great hosts, Johnny and Sean. This is episode 142, and I apologize. Sounded like Kermit the Frog today. The allergies are kicking in. It is summer. It's officially summer, guys. What do you think? How are you guys doing? Johnny, you're in this heat wave with me. Sean, you're up in Minnesota, like...
It's 90. It's 92 out here right now. We went through our heat wave already. We had a drought. It was like 2.5, 3 weeks. We were hitting mid to high 90s every day for about 2 weeks. It's pretty brutal.
Yep. Same. Yeah.
It's been gross. But
they telling you to turn off your AC out there? Or is that just in New York?
That was just in New York.
Yeah. Okay. That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny about that is, like, if it's over 100 degrees or whatever, wouldn't Times Square would probably be desolate, like no one's out. So why wouldn't you just turn off those marquees and stuff for?
Yeah, there are a lot of tweets
I bet
about that.
2 hours would cover the same amount of
as
power.
Everybody not using AC. Yeah.
Yeah. So. But with that, let's get to the fantasy football and start off with the opening question here. Are you trying any new formats or leagues this season? What do you guys got?
No.
Oh, interesting.
I'm
not surprised at all.
Unlike somebody here, I stayed in all the leagues I did over COVID. And so I still have to run all those. I do not have time for more leagues. I don't even have time for what I'm in, but I'm going to make it work.
Yeah, no new real formats this year. Doing some eliminators. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The sleeper best ball's been cool with the IDP in it. Hey, I'll give them props when they do a good thing. This is a good thing. It's actually really fun doing a lot of those with Lamont and with some of the big 3 guys. So that's good because we can't use what's that dog draft thing? Underdog. Connecticut outlawed that today or yesterday.
Wait, what?
Connecticut passed the sports gambling bill, and only FanDuel and DK survived. Everyone else is gone. Yahoo, Underdog, they're done.
Well, the local tribes partnered with one with FanDuel, one with DraftKings. That's the only reason those two
they
survived.
lived. Right.
Yeah. Because they made a deal with the tribes. But so and that includes safe leagues, which makes me wonder if what is that website we use for our dues?
League Safe.
That should. I think that.
No, that's just a money. Hold on to money thing. Okay. It's not a. Yeah.
I didn't dive too far into everything, but that was my first concern of like, oh shit, like I use that a lot. So
That's weird that you guys are going in that direction where you're outlawing sports gambling, where most places it's already.
Well,
it's not.
They legalized sports gambling, but the casualty of that was these smaller DFS sites. As weird as that is, yeah, it's very strange. Yeah.
So the little bit of insight I do have in this is there was a major debate between the state and the tribes. The tribes wanted to be exclusive. They wanted exclusivity within the market of the sports gambling in Connecticut, and the state wanted to make sure that the tribes didn't. They were trying to expand into the Hartford region with a new casino, so they essentially agreed to the exclusivity as long as the tribes did not start their new casino for another 10 years. So, interesting stuff that really kind of bones the consumer on all parts, because I would have liked a casino 20 minutes away rather than 2 hours.
Right. But I mean, I actually did do Yahoo DFS last year, and it was excellent because the player pool was not nearly as high, and their prices were different than DK and FanDuel. Yeah. So you could find things, and you're like, wait a minute, Lamar Jackson's like 9,500 over here. He's like 65 here. Like, what are they smoking? I'll take that. Right. So that's not great, but I don't know. That's the only new thing this year. What about you, Nate? Anything?
I got invited to the Shark Tank Leagues, so I joined those, which was a new format of there's 52 or 53 total managers in each of those leagues, and there's 4 copies of each player. So it was a auction draft startup. And auction draft rookie draft, but then it's not salary cap. So once you have those players, you just have them, and it'll be interesting. These leagues have been around for a while, and it's a lot of people that are very experienced. Joining this, it's a lot of people that like I've been in contact with through DLF, through other sites. It was kind of cool networking that way, but then also a lot of kind of those people that we necessarily have had run-ins in the past with have also made their way through these leagues and kind of flunked out of it. So that, hearing, kind of the tea tossed around a little bit in there, sharing those experiences. Yeah, sipping tea.
You've been sipping tea.
I've been sipping tea, and it's funny because everything has been exactly, sometimes I feel like maybe I'm the bad guy, but after being a part of this one, it's like, no, I'm not crazy. That these people are just the problem. So, but it's a fun league. I enjoy it a lot. Looking forward to actually having games so that I can see how my teams match up. But yeah, that's my my new formats. I am trying to get into a salary cap. If anyone listening to this has an opening, or I would like a startup.
Big 3 RSO league.
I was going to, but I don't like their format. It's a single auction player.
I like those, but real quick,
I'm not a fan.
Josh Gordon files for reinstatement.
I know. We're getting there.
Okay.
That would be the news and notes section.
He wasn't on the news and notes.
Yeah, I added it.
Oh, I didn't see you add it. But there's a new article out as of 7 minutes ago. So
nice. Are you back in, Sean?
What?
Are you? That's your guy. Are you back on board? Are you back
on board with Josh Gordon?
Yeah,
I'll always be on the Josh Gordon train. He's never going to be fantasy relevant again, but I will always root for him.
Nice.
Well, that's a perfect segue. So why don't we just jump right into the news?
Yeah, that happened.
There, Johnny.
That happened. Yep.
So it turns out they've been drug testing him for the last 3 months.
Ooh.
And he has been clean for the last 3 months. So he has not failed any drug tests.
Excellent. So wasn't he what was it, suspended or whatever the last time, not because of drugs, but for some other reason that they didn't give?
I don't know. I think it was still substance abuse, but they reinstated him and then they rescinded it. So obviously, I don't know. My guess would be, since it was rescinding of the reinstatement as opposed to a new suspension, that it would be related to substance abuse. But obviously, I don't know anything that anybody else doesn't know.
Right.
Does the Seahawks still have rights, or
no? So he'd be a free agent.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Future Detroit Lion. Let's go.
There you go.
So how many years now is this that right around this time he gets reinstated?
Since 2013, he's been suspended, I think, 6 times.
So outside of like 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in other news, water is wet. Johnny, what do you got next for us?
I seriously do wish him the best of luck, though. It's not easy. It's
Obviously.
not none of that is easy. It took me a decade to get that shit right. If he gets it now, that's 3 less years than me. So yeah.
True. But wasn't this mainly due to weed? And so
we don't know that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
We know that it was weed for part of the time, but then since they moved it to just substance abuse, it's been very unclear.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So best of luck to Mr. Gordon. Demaryius Thomas announces retirement. Yeah, I mean, newsworthy, but any Demaryius Thomas memories? Was that him that caught the Tebow playoff touchdown? The one touchdown Tebow threw in those playoffs?
I don't know. But yeah,
he was great on my fantasy team, like back when Peyton Manning was around.
Yeah, he was really good that year.
He was good. Yeah.
And yeah, it is what it is. Like, it was a solid career. It's not Hall of Fame worthy. He's going to be somebody that we look back at 10 years from now. It's like, oh yeah, I remember him,
Yeah. Yep. Congrats to Demaryius Thomas, though. Frank Clark got pulled over with an Uzi in his car. You guys heard that, right?
Yeah,
No,
I'm just fucking baffled, man. It's
what? Yeah, what is going on? His kind of downfall was on the field happening, but this doesn't help. There's got to be a suspension, right? Like, decent one.
I mean, this wouldn't be his first suspension. He had domestic abuse issues too. It's just like, that's why, like, stuff like that, I have a very hard time believing that they're not going to do something bad again, because it's like, yeah, there's just so few cases of stuff like that where they don't have issues along those lines.
Where it's one and done. Yeah. I got you. So we're fading Frank Clark then, everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of shares too. He was kind of just like a bargain pass rusher, and yeah. I mean, this is what you get for going that route.
Yep. Okay. Steelers guard David DeCastro released.
That was very shocking.
That was interesting. I initially read that as retired when I saw the story, and I was like, that makes more sense. But then I saw released. I'm like, what?
Yeah, at this point, after being released, he might retire, because just like, at this point in your career, if you've made your money, if you've done everything you feel you need to do in your career, does it really make sense to move to a completely other city? I don't know if he has a family or not, but move them just to put your body through a couple more years and make a little extra money. I don't know. But I would say retirement's not out of the question at this point.
Yeah. How worried are we about Big Ben staying upright this year? You've all seen the pictures of him so far, right? With the ice everywhere and shit.
Yeah. And then just like Najee Harris, like, like running back is such an offensive line dependent position that I don't know. I think we might be, I think a lot of people may have higher expectations than they should for him this year, simply because he is going to get the workload. And like, yeah, it's a volume-based position too, but I mean, you can be a volume-based running back that, averages 3.9 yards a carry and has 6 touchdowns and just isn't all that great.
And last piece of news, we got some excellent notes today, but last piece of news is Cowboys. How about them Cowboys on Hard Knocks this year? Yay! Sean, you gonna watch?
No.
You never watch. You know what this is not great for, though? The ADP of all of them.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see Tony Pollard going in the second round.
Yeah. And CD Lamb already costs a fortune.
CD Lamb. I'm trying to think who the darlings are going to be. It's going to be Dak's comeback.
Mm-hmm.
CD Lamb. They'll have some CD Lamb, Amari Cooper stuff going back and forth. I don't know what they're going to do with Zeke. But yeah, you're going to see a lot of Cowboys overdrafted this year, as we always see with Hard Knocks.
Yep.
For storyline, though.
Yeah, for story and entertainment value. Crazy Jerry, Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, all the boys.
God.
It's going to be.
I would have much rather seen Jacksonville, though.
Oh, yeah. Everyone wants to see Jacksonville. F Jacksonville. They can eat my ass. How about them Cowboys? All right. So that's the news. I got some good notes for you guys today. A lot of Lions stuff in here. So the first one is today's Dan Campbell quote. Who saw this already?
Been working all day. Seen nothing.
Oh, good. I told it to Nate before, and you're going to love this. So Dan Campbell quoted today as saying, I said, look, I'm not carrying your toilet paper around. I'm not going to wipe your butt. You're going to wipe your own butt. You handle it, and I'll treat you like men until you prove otherwise. Dan Campbell on what he told the Lions on day one.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He's talking about wiping butts.
Yeah, he's just really bad at analogies. I get what he's saying, but is
he bad or is he perfect?
I think I forget what the community quote is, but they do an analogy about a bad analogy about being bad at analogies, and it's pretty good, and that's pretty much spot on. Dan Campbell.
Yeah,
he's growing on me.
He's going to be fun. I don't know if he's going to be a good coach, and unfortunately, he's not a scheme guy, and I don't trust Anthony Lynn, so it's probably going to end in tears as usual.
So I got a question for you, Sean, because I saw an article by PFF. And they said that the Lions might be building the number one offensive line for 2021.
Yep.
What do you think of that? Do you think that's accurate?
I think it's possible. One of PFF's big things that they harp on that I'm a strong believer in is that having stud talent on the offensive line is a lot less important than having average talent across the board, because when you're protecting the passer, all it takes is one terrible player to ruin a play, and same thing goes for rushing, but obviously against the pass rush, it's a bigger deal. And I think the Lions have a mostly solid line across the board. I think they're probably lacking at guard. But if that isn't a disaster, then they should have one of the best offensive lines in the league. And that's great. And that's going to be great for running the football. Running the football isn't all that important. And we don't have a quarterback, so I don't know whether it's really going to move the needle all that much. I think it'll be, if they can sustain this line, it'll be great for when they get a quarterback. But we don't know when that's going to be because we have no idea what timeline they're looking at. And who knows, maybe you got to pay all these guys and you can't afford them all by the time it comes time to make that happen. So I don't know. I personally am not a fan of the way they're building the team right now, but I do think their offensive line is really good.
So you don't think this messes up any chance of, tanking for whoever next year?
No, we're going to be real bad this year.
Yeah. Yep.
The question is, are we going to be worse than the Texans? Probably not, unless Watson plays. So I have no idea, but I think the Lions are going to be pretty bad this year, and I don't know. I wish they would have taken Fields this year, and because next year's quarterback class is not looking all that sharp.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah. Do you think Dan Campbell's going to play play run and play defense, old fashioned football, Sean?
Yeah,
with no defense.
Him and Anthony Land are gonna old school the hell out of it.
Oh God!
They might actually be rubbing mud on like torn ACLs and shit.
I feel for you guys. I really do.
Fire the doctors who need surgery. Rub some mud on that severed limb.
Wow, it's 1984 again.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we got another one here. So this was on, I think it was a Detroit Lions podcast or Jeff Risdon. Jeff Risdon did this, right, Nate?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The article about will you support Stafford on the Rams in the
poll.
Poll.
Right, yeah, Risdon did that.
Risdon?
I think,
okay.
On Pride of or Lions Wire.
Okay, so he put out a poll on Matthew Stafford on the Rams, and 72% responded, yes, I will support him / I hope he wins the Super Bowl. 17%, nope, he's the Rams' problem now, and 10%, I liked him in Detroit, but I really don't care. But the takeaway is the overwhelming support for Stafford on the Rams and people wanting him to win a Super Bowl. Just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely of that crowd. At this point, the Lions winning a Super Bowl is, let's say, improbable in the next probably decade. I'm going to be rooting for Stafford this year, even like when Stafford plays, because Stafford does play the Lions this year. So I'll be rooting for the Rams in that game.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's that 17%. They've been so vocally douchebags over the course of Stafford's entire career that I just want them to feel pain.
But they won't. But they won't, Sean, because they'll say that Stafford left, so he's no longer deserves like whatever from.
I don't really care.
Win.
What I want is all of those people that have been saying Stafford is trash and he's the problem, Stat Padford, all that bullshit.
Yeah.
I want to see those guys watch him on another team that isn't completely incompetent destroy us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
maybe that makes me a bad fan, but that's also just a whole nother conversation where like it's so weird to me that people have such a loyalty to like a team rather than the people that actually make up the team and like where their loyalties lie. Because if that team went to another city, like who are they going to root for? Because like, are you standing by the team because of the city or because of like the idea of this team? I don't know. It's a really weird, fandom is a weird thing, man. And I prefer to support the people involved. And like, I'll still be a Lions fan as an organization, but like, I've become a bigger Stafford fan than Lions fan at this point.
Absolutely. Ooh. But wouldn't we be wanting the Lions to get better draft picks next year?
It's a win-win for you guys. If the Rams kill them, it's a win-win.
Yeah. So, I don't see it as against the team. I think the Lions should go 0-17 as the first team to do it.
Oh, man. I would
just
love
get
that.
a fucking first round, like, number one pick.
I would love that. Just to be the first one to go 0-17 too. But
first year too.
But like if the Lions were like a game away from making the playoffs and Stafford went out there and knocked him out of the playoffs, I'd be into that.
So you're just a masochist.
No, I would be rooting for Stafford. It would just be one of those things where it's like, you know what? Like, he gave so much of his fucking life to you guys, and you guys wasted his career. Like, he deserves the chance to destroy you and make you pay for that. Like, I don't know.
It's coming. That's going to be a bloodbath of a game. My God.
I hope so.
Oof. All right. So we got that. Has anyone played Madden 22 yet? It's only demos right now, I believe, or
no.
Okay. So have we seen the home field advantage setting that's new?
Yeah, they're ridiculous and asinine.
So did you see the Jets one? I saw a joke one where it said like you're likely to tear your ACL as the opposing team if you play in New York for the Jets against the Jets or the Giants.
Well, and then the real one for Washington. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see the Washington one.
Oh
What was
my
that?
God. They're basically making fun of how shitty Washington's field is. It makes it so that it is harder to change. They said significantly harder to change directions on the field.
Wow.
Some
like,
of them. Oh my!
It's like so you're telling me that like we're just saying that Washington has a shitty field and we're just going to make that a thing. Okay.
Yep. Some of them make sense though, like the loud stadiums, KC, Seattle. It's harder to call audibles. They don't work sometimes. Your receivers will go the opposite direction they're supposed to go and stuff. Like
yeah, but those are still just like random things where it's like some stadiums you have to do the audible multiple times. Some stadiums you have to do the hot route multiple times. Some stadiums they'll run the wrong route, and there's like no discerning factor between how they chose those for each stadium. The whole thing made no sense to me. Like the Lions is like players accelerate slightly better. Why?
Yeah, the Lions one made no sense. And what like real football wise, what home field advantage does Detroit have? Because I think we've all been to games there. Sean, you've been to Detroit.
Yeah, it's honestly a decent turnout for the crowd, and the crowd is pretty loud. Like the fan base is good.
Yeah.
But like they're not basing these things off the home field advantage. They're basing it off of narrative. And it's just like, okay.
Really, it should be more of an algorithm that is kind of in the background of who's coming in. So if like the Rams are traveling to Detroit for a game, taking into effect, the travel time and the difference in time and stuff, like your home field advantage would be just like a slight whatever they put in the into the code to like slow down the other team. They might
did
be
that
a little bit tired. They might get tired a little bit faster.
They did that with Denver a little bit. Like the stamina is lower because of the altitude.
Yeah.
So some of them have it, but not all of them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like what they should do versus what they will do are two completely different things, because what they want to do is make these cutesy little accessible graphics that they can drop on Twitter that really make no sense in terms of gameplay, because they have just lost their way that bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
Well, I mean, they are
last 30 years.
They are changing a lot in this version, but this is stuff where it's like this stuff should have been changed years ago so that you can trial and error it and realize that there are better ways to do that. And they're just, they're terrible. EA is the worst. I will never forgive them for ruining Mass Effect.
Oh, Andromeda, you're talking about? Yeah. We'll talk about that off air. And then last but not least on my end, I know Nate's got some announcements. I filled my autism eliminator through Seahawks Dan, but there are more spots available. Obviously we have the IDP guys invitational for autism awareness and autism speaks, but this is a co-occurring thing that Dan Cook does, Seahawks Dan 8 on Twitter. It's also to raise money for the same cause. These are like best ball eliminators. The team with the worst score every week gets eliminated until there are just two at the end of the year. They battle. First and second get cash prize. There's donations to Autism Speaks. Hit up Seahawks Dan on Twitter if you're interested in doing that. Nate, take it away.
Yeah. So kind of piggybacking off of that, IDP Invitational is the sign-up period is coming to a close. We've got essentially this weekend left. If you haven't signed up, go to idpguys.org. Under the About at the top is a drop-down. It has the link to the sign-up page. You fill it out, and you get a chance to play in our this year will be a 120-team league, 12 divisions of 10 divisions of 12, and we play for the charity of autism awareness. On the site, we direct people to Autism Speaks, but you are able to donate to any autism awareness charity that makes you feel comfortable. We did this last year. It was a lot of fun. Great way to kind of bring the community together. And I will be sending out invites next week. The last chance sign up will be some point on Monday before I export the list of people who signed up and start picking who's going to be in. And so that, and all of this, the number one champion of the league at the end will get a prize of a $500 package of signed merchandise. It'll be a mystery box that we're working on getting set up now. And so inside it could be, a signed jersey from, your favorite player. Well, a player. Hopefully they are your favorite. Signed full-size helmets. And then we'll have a bunch of other, things added into that. But it'll all be essentially worth about $500 and should be pretty remarkable. The stuff that I've seen come out of the group that we're purchasing it from is pretty good stuff. Khalil Mack helmet signed. Who was it? 49ers quarterback Joe Montana. Yeah, signed
Nice.
Jersey.
I thought you were going to say Jimmy G, and I was going to lose it.
TJ Watt signed jerseys, stuff like that. Like just kind of could be a new player. It could be someone from the past, but all of them are signed merchandise. And so make sure you go to idpguys.org and sign up as soon as possible. But also we have the magazines are for sale on the website. We got the print magazines in. Those will be sent out probably tomorrow, actually. I think that I'll be packaging them up and bringing them to the post office tomorrow to be sent out. A little late this year, but next year we have plans in place to make sure that we're getting that content to you even before the draft. So we'll have it set up where things are updating as it's coming in. So you'll get to see that. But yeah, so that's idpguys.org. Is that it? Is that all we got for the news and notes? Let's move on then to the July 4th segment. Johnny, you want to intro that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So this is a tradition, a yearly tradition. We do this for the 4th of July and for Thanksgiving. It is our food comps segment that we always have so much fun with. So the idea is we go over the typical meal for whatever holiday it is, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, whatever. We talk about our different dishes, whether we like them or not, and then we compare them to the player that best matches those dishes in a positive or negative light, depending. You just got to defend your decision. That's it. So let's get started. Let's lead off with the hot dogs. 4th of July, hot dogs, right? So for me, I'm clearly the worst at this game. I came up with the idea, but these two are much better at it. So we'll go with the worst first. So hot dog, for me, that is it's edible. It's okay. It's made up of leftovers. It's Alexander Johnson. He's just a guy, right? Made up of leftovers. Fine linebacker, 2, preferably 3 in deeper leagues, but nothing special. Hot dog, what do you guys got?
Go ahead, John.
Okay, so I'm doing mine with all rookies this year, offense and defense. So for me, hot dog is that's one of the primary dishes. Like if you're grilling, you're doing burgers, steaks, hot dogs. Those are the primary things you're doing. Mm-hmm. So for me, hot dog's kind of the consolation prize. It's if that's what you got, I'll take it. I'm not I'm not excited to get a hot dog. Honest to God, I'd rather have a brat, which even that's consolation prize. Oh. But for me, the consolation prize this year in rookie drafts is Michael Carter. It's I missed out on all the running backs. All that's left is Michael Carter. And then people just kind of draft him because they have to, not because they really want to,
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like that comp. I'm with you.
To be fair, I have not drafted Michael Carter because I do not subscribe to consolation prizes.
There you go. All right. So hot dog. For me, I think hot dogs are pretty good. I will, if I show up to a 4th of July party and they got hot dogs, I won't think twice. I don't think of it as a consolation prize. I think it's, you dress it up pretty good. It can be tasty. The only thing is, like, what is a hot dog? It's not a sandwich.
It is a sandwich.
Okay, some people say it is, but then you get into what's in a hot dog. It's kind of like, you don't really know. So it's kind of
I
like,
could be in that hot dog.
Yeah,
you could
there
be.
could
You
be
would never know.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Jeremy Chin. What is he? Is he a linebacker? Is he a safety? But he's pretty good. I'll take Jeremy Chin.
I like that.
Oh my God, that's great.
That's good.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. All right. I think Nate wins that round.
Nate for sure wins that one. Nate wins all these. I mean, we don't even have to. I think you're going to sweep the series.
Jesus, I love
At
it.
least I'm good
Okay.
at one thing.
Hey, no, that was good. That was good. All right, let's do hamburger. That's the other. That's the yin to the yang to the yin. So they're popular. It's not my cup of tea though. So I'm gonna go with outside linebacker and a regular linebacker slot. Just give me them tackles, man. Those happen all the time. Sacks are sporadic, inconsistent, tough to rely upon. So unless it's like a league that really rewards, splash plays, I'm just gonna take the tackles. So yeah, that's what I'm going with hamburger. Sean, what do you think?
So burgers, really good, super easy, just low maintenance. And not only that, of everything on this list, they're the most versatile, where like you can make any kind of burger. You can put fried eggs on that. You can do avocado. You can do a barbecue burger, blue cheese, patty melt, like infinite different kinds of burgers. Just versatile, good at a lot of different things. Kyle Pitts.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
So for me, a burger is something that you could kind of build your barbecue buffet around. But it is not as expensive as, other things like maybe steak. I don't know if you're getting really crazy chicken wings at this point. But it's really good, and it's hard. It is kind of hard to screw up. I have burned my burgers before, still ate them, and they weren't terrible. So, consistency is key. So
Overcooked burgers are a no-go for me.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would
if it
say
gets-
it'd be a preference, but it's still,
If we get medium well territory, I'm spiking that shit in the trash.
But here's my thing. It's a pretty consistently easy choice to make. It's something you build around and is not as expensive as other things. It's Roquan Smith.
Okay.
Yep.
It's kind of your discount building block. All right.
Yeah. Yep.
I like that.
I can get behind that. And it's always going to be good. It's not going to let you down.
Yeah, exactly. And you can rely on that to be, the main focus. Like if you come in to a 4th of July party and you drop a plate of burgers down, those suckers will be gone. They'll be gone.
That's true.
It's Justin Varn said you want to have your anchor linebacker, right? So
Yeah.
there you go. Similar.
It is.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's your hamburger. Nice. All right, excellent. Okay, so we got barbecue chicken. Chicken sandwiches, barbecue chicken sandwiches, or just regular barbecue chicken. That to me, that's my favorite. I'm a chicken guy, right?
Okay.
I've had so many chicken tacos this week. I'm afraid to fart. Let's put it that way. So, barbecue chicken is the finest bird, in my opinion. It is delicious, and the finest bird I can think of is Deion Jones. I was looking at Eagles. I was looking at Seahawks. Yeah, Wagner's
you
up
went.
there.
You went with the literal bird. I love that.
Yeah.
Literal bird. Yeah. So I was
All
looking at Eagles, Seahawks, all the bird people, and Wagner crossed my mind.
The
But he's
bird
getting-
folk.
Yeah, he's getting old, and Jamal Adams crossed my mind, and he's made of glass and cost 2 first-round picks, and overrated. So yeah, I'm going Deion Jones. Yeah.
Okay. So this takes a little bit of explanation. So barbecue chicken, you don't really eat plain chicken. When you're eating chicken, you're marinating that, or you're seasoning it. You're doing lemon chicken. You're doing barbecue chicken. You're marinating it for fajitas. You're breading it. You're frying it, whatever. Chicken on its own, not that good. There's a reason that we do all that stuff to it. And so it needs a little bit of a dress up. And for me, Travis Etienne, just as a runner, is not all that good. Like he's fine. You know, the chicken's a fine meat, but like you don't want that on its own. And he needs that extra thing to kind of give him the hype that he's gotten. And it's this whole perceived receiving ability that he's got. And that's the barbecue sauce, where like without that barbecue sauce, he's just chicken. And nobody's eating plain chicken. Nobody's getting Travis Etienne if they didn't think he was this prolific receiver. So that's where I'm at with Travis Etienne. I have no shares there. And I was a big fan going into the year too, but
wow.
I don't have a ton either, to be honest with you.
I've been staying away.
I just also haven't really picked in that range because just the way I play, I either end up at one side or the other of the league because I want to either tank for good picks or make a run at a championship and give up my picks. So,
yep,
gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, so barbecue chicken, it is delicious. It is a definite like side piece staple food. So if your burgers are the anchor, this is your first edition. This is your the next thing, because you can still have it with the burger. And, obviously you're slathering that thing up with, barbecue sauce. You're making it taste good. It is, but can be expensive, especially if you're doing chicken wings at this point. Can be a little expensive, but most of the time it's worth it. Buddha Baker.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. I could see it.
Good. He's a little expensive, but he tastes good, especially when you pair him up with a Roquan Smith.
Ooh. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Nate brought his A game. All right. Beautiful.
I don't miss on these.
No, I know. So we're moving on to everyone's favorite meat, I believe, steak, which is the finest meat. And the finest meat in the league is Jimmy G, my future husband, and beautiful piece of man meat. I ran through 34 of 100 love quotes for him last year in my articles, and no one said anything about that. That just shows how insane my readers are and how much they just don't care.
In one ear, out the other. They're like, "Yep, that makes sense."
Yep.
Yeah. Johnny, I actually, there's been so many people that have specifically named your monster article as the best content that we put out.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah. So nice. I figured
good blend of entertainment and info.
Massive amounts of info, like too much.
Yeah, it is too much. But hey, Jimmy G, the finest meat. Sean, what do you got?
So steak for me, I'm a little picky on steak. It is one of my favorite foods if it's cooked right. If I don't really like it medium, I hate it medium well. If it's well done, you deserve to be in prison. So like for me, it can be absolutely great or it can be really, really bad. And I guess like for me, really, really bad, like may not be the worst thing ever, but it's just so offensive to me that it's like the worst thing in the world. And so for me, that is this entire edge class, where like this is going to be the biggest boomer bust edge class. There are so many incredibly talented guys full of potential. They could be that medium rare steak, or they could be well done and just be terrible. On the offensive side of the ball, Justin Fields comes to mind, where like there is so much talent there, and I really like Justin Fields. But generally, when a guy falls without a great explanation, there's something to that. We've seen it before, and the NFL knows more than we do.
Yeah. Do you believe in the curse of the Ohio State quarterback, by the way? Just while we're there. No? Okay. Just asking.
Gotcha.
All right. I'm with it.
Cool. All righty. Steak. For me, let's see. So you're talking about an anchor entree like this. You're not having burgers and steak. You're having steak, and you're paying up for it. Steak is, most people would probably shy away because of the price, and but there are those people that say, okay, I'll take that price because if it's done right, it can be super delicious. If it's medium rare, if it's seasoned well, all the things that Sean had said. But it's definitely going to be your anchor piece. And there's always that chance of disappointment. There's always that chance the person at the grill fucked it up. There's a chance that they were really good, last year at it. But this year somehow screwed the pooch. And you're taking that chance. You're taking that chance at that price tag. And that price tag is Devin White.
Oh, okay. I could really get behind this.
That's your second best one, I think.
Yeah. That's so true. Because for Devin White to be medium rare and seasoned well, he needs those 9 sacks again, and to basically recreate last year exactly.
You got a fluky grill master, is what you got.
Yep.
But you're paying up for him because he's going super fucking early.
Yeah, everyone's paying up for him. It's unbelievable. Yeah. No, thank you. Give me Jayon Brown 6 rounds later. I'm good. All right. So, moving on to the salads. We're going to toss some salads. Start with the fruit salad. Fruit salad is healthy. It's also boring. I'm not huge into fruit, but I'll eat it. Darius Leonard is healthy. His real football style is not boring. He's the freak, right? Is he the freak? Maniac? What's the nickname? Maniac.
Yeah.
Maniac. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. He's really good in real football. IDP. Yeah. He's good too. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I'm not into that. I'm not a healthy person. Nate knows that. I don't eat healthy. So no Darius Leonard for me.
But you eat chicken. Like you'll pick chicken over red meat, so like you do
he might
eat healthy.
He might just like white meat over red meat. Some people are crazy like that.
Yeah.
So fruit salad for me, it's good for you, but it's not the feature. It's this is always going to be something that's like you're not going to build around it. It's a side. That's the answer, and it still could be good for you. So for me, this is Trey Sermon and the entire safety class, where it's like, yeah, Trey Sermon's fine. He's in a good situation. He might be good for you. He's not going to be a feature part of your team. He's not going to I'm not going to build anything around that. Same thing with the safety class. It's like, yeah, we got some talent there, but I'm not trying to pay up and build anything around it.
Gotcha.
Yep. Yeah, I could see that.
Alrighty. So for me, fruit salad, as Sean said, it's a side. Something you add on to your plate in addition to other things that we've talked about. But it's one of those things that is very inconsistent based off of who creates the fruit salad or, where that fruit salad is located. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good there.
Okay. So based off of where that fruit salad is located. So someone might go to the store and create a fruit salad that's a lot of honeydew. No one likes honeydew. Like, that's a terrible fruit salad. But you do get that off chance where it's, someone puts a lot of effort. You get the grapes in there. You get a good chunk of watermelon. It's nice and juicy, and it's banging. And, sometimes if it's a certain person that does it all the time, maybe for a full season, it can be really good and consistent. But for the most, fruit salads are just inconsistent because of that's what they are. And that's Jamie Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie depends on what team he's on.
Mm-hmm.
And, just as a whole, his position group is pretty inconsistent.
Yeah. Just that kind of hybrid edge linebacker type.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. I'm with it.
Cool.
The other salad we've got is potato salad. I always love Nate's comp on this because he mentions, it gets ignored, it gets left out in the sun and it goes bad, and then you eat it and you're rolling the dice with your internal organs. So yeah, it's and I'm not a fan. It's gross, it's disgusting, it can give you mud butt. It goes bad easily, then causes diarrhea, much like Odell Beckham Jr. He goes bad easily, and he's a big fan of diarrhea. Big Dump Premium #2 overall pick, Odell Beckham.
I hate your Odell slander. Potato salad's horrendous and disgusting. Micah Parsons, that's all.
Whoa!
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would have rather had a corner. I feel you.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so
I forgot you guys
salad.
drafted him.
I know. I wanted Surtain so bad.
Yeah. So potato salad. This, as John says, it can get left out, it can go bad. So potato salad, to me, if it's done right, it's delicious. It's something that like I'm beelining to right after I grab that burger.
It's straight mayo.
Hold on. There are even times where I might pick that potato salad first while I wait for my burger or my steak. But the problem is, wait. And if it's done right, it's delicious. I love it. But the problem is, generally at some cookouts, it might sit in the sun because other people that are there might not be going for it. They might have the same ideas that, you guys have. And so potato salad, when it's left out like that, could put a guy on his ass for 3 to 6 weeks. Kind of like Myles Garrett.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
Jesus.
Whatever. Not my decision. All right. Yeah, that's potato salad.
Oh my Christ.
I thought it was hilarious.
So corn on the cob is the next one we're going to look at. I'm a huge corn on the cob fan. I don't know about you guys. So, I mean, there are levels to this, right? Like if it's like Stop and Shop corn on the cob, that's okay. But then when you get the native, right? Like from local farms, that's the really good stuff. That's amazing. It's underrated. I know we're all fans, but not many people look forward to that as a huge part of the experience at a barbecue. To me, that's Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons is amazing and underrated. Him and Jesse Bates don't get talked about enough as being excellent IDP safeties year after year after year that are super consistent, super reliable, and very productive, and belong in the conversation with guys like Jordan Poyer and Buda Baker and all those dudes. So yeah, Justin Simmons is my corn on the cob.
All right. Corn on the cob is great within its role. Like summer barbecues is really the only time that corn on the cob is really appropriate. Like you're not having that like for Thanksgiving, really. Like you'll have corn, but you're not really doing corn on the cob. You're not doing it for Christmas. You're not doing it for New Year's. It's like there's a specific time and place for corn on the cob, and it's delicious. And for me, that's Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah and Zaven Collins, where those are two guys where in the correct roles, those guys can be studs. If they try and play them as just like your traditional linebacker, play them in your everyday meal, it's not going to work out.
Okay. I like that. Gotcha. Yeah, there's a lot of IDP Twitter that does not agree with you, but I think you're probably right. I tend to listen to Sean when it comes to college stuff, not the crowd.
Well, and they also both went to teams that I think will use them properly. Like Owusu-Koramoah should be kind of a hybrid safety, and Zaven Collins should be doing a lot of edge rushing and a lot of blitzing.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So corn on the cob for me, I think can be pretty delicious, can be pretty great. But if say like, you got some problem with your teeth or, there's that chance that it could be hard and it could cause an injury. And I've got a cat attacking my face right now. But that injury might take you out for, some time. especially in a cookout. You might be out for the rest of the cookout. Kind of like LVE getting knocked out of the season.
Who?
Kind of
LBE?
like.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh,
okay.
gotcha. Yeah.
Sorry, you cut out for a sec.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And then, much like LVE, also, corn you have to floss and you have to follow up, and there's maintenance involved, and it's a pain in the ass. Same thing with LVE, just a pain in the ass. Love it. All right. Okay. So we're getting into the watermelon now. Another staple of the barbecue experience. Healthy, classic, consistent. For me, that's just Aaron Donald. Season in, season out. He's consistent. He's a classic. He's always healthy. It seems like he hasn't missed a lot of time in his career that I've seen, that I remember. So yeah, Aaron Donald, all reliable. That's what I got. Nothing crazy.
All right. Watermelon, very inoffensive. Might be the most inoffensive 4th of July food, where it's just like nobody really dislikes it. Like it may not be your thing, but nobody's like, oh, watermelon's disgusting. However, that said, like, you have a very limited range of outcomes for watermelon. You're never gonna like take a bite of watermelon and be like, that is the greatest watermelon I will ever have in my life. It's all pretty like limited in terms of, like, what you're getting. It's a small range of expectation. For me, that's Rashad Bateman. Nobody dislikes Rashad Bateman. He's really good. He doesn't have that high of a ceiling in the offense that he's in, I don't think. And I think you kind of know what you're getting with him, and you're getting a good player in a limited offense, and nobody really has any issues with him. Everyone kind of likes him as a player.
Yeah, that landing spot was not my favorite at all.
No, it was not.
Yeah, especially in the Devy League, where I got him like 2 years ahead of time before the draft.
Yeah, only to watch him go to Baltimore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I like it.
Gotcha. All right, so watermelon. That is, to be kind of the best food that gets overlooked at the cookout. That is, it's generally tasty, but for, most standard, meat eaters, you probably aren't picking that one. But say you're, a vegetarian, you need to find something, you probably build your plate around that one, good food. Zadarius Smith picked over, but if you play edge, he might be your, anchor player.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. Absolutely. He's really good too. He doesn't have the flash of some of those other edge guys, right? Like the Watts.
Like with a name like Zadarius, like that is a badass name.
Yeah, seriously.
I want that name.
Yeah.
Do it.
Excellent. All righty. So home stretch here. We've got some dessert and then some beverages. We'll start with the dessert. So, ice cream, variations of ice cream is the typical, dessert for 4th of July. It's a sweet delight. And that, for me, a sweet delight would be streaming the correct corners every week. You thought I was going to talk about Jimmy G again, didn't you? Yep. No. Streaming the right corners every week. There's no drug like streaming corners. Let me tell you, fellas. Getting that right is a beautiful thing. So that's my ice cream.
Gotcha.
So ice cream's really good. Just not really my thing. Like I see the appeal, but I don't really have a huge sweet tooth, so it's just not really my thing. For me, that's Jamin Davis, where like he's really talented. The athleticism is freaky. He had some really flashy stuff in college. I get it. It's just not really my thing. I don't have any shares.
Gotcha. All right. So for me, ice cream is, it's not necessarily something that I have often at the cookout because, generally I'm probably drinking and stuff. And I don't like to mix alcohol with dairy. So I'll steer away from it. It's not necessarily my thing. But but it is still delicious. It's great. It's something that's very attractive to people. Just may not be attractive to me for that cookout, unless, maybe I'm not drinking and then I'll take that stab into the ice cream. That's Aaron Donald for me. He's kind of pricey. But he's very attractive, and it's kind of one of those things. Like, if your strategy involves going after him, you work your roster construction around that.
Yeah. I could see it. Yep.
Every time I hear attractive, I just think Johnny's going to jump in with another Jimmy G comment.
I'm holding them back. Love it. All right. Home stretch. We got our beverages with the holy trifecta. We'll start with soda. I'm a big soda guy. I go to Avery's like once every two weeks. Yeah, get a case. Yeah. That is the shit.
Good stuff.
So good. So soda is delicious, but it's terrible for you. Much like Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa is great. Freaky athlete, monster, capable of incredible production. Could be, a top 3 DE easily. But, he's got a hamstring injury every week or a turf toe or whatever. Like, getting him on the field is the hardest part of owning Joey or being a shareholder of Joey Bosa. It's great when you have it, but it's bad for you in general. So that's what I got with that.
I've never really been a soda guy, but I make exceptions. So cream soda, huge fan. That's my jam. I don't like Coke. I don't like Dr. Pepper, orange soda, any of that shit. Cream soda is my jam though. So it's something where it's like, I'm not a big soda guy, but there are situations where it's like, yeah, that's too good for me to pass up. And that for me in all my rookie drafts has been Rondale Moore, where I never considered myself a Rondale Moore fan until the draft started, and he's falling to like round 3, late round 3, middle of round 3. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I didn't think I liked him, but I guess I'm getting him everywhere because this is where he's falling to. So, yeah, Rondale Moore.
I've got a lot of Rondale Moore too, because all it takes is a D-hop ding, and AJ Green could be playing. We know that. So,
yeah. Well, it's a lot of the same guys that are falling. It's Rondale Moore, Terrace Marshall, Kadarius Toney, and then for a while it was Elijah Moore, but Elijah Moore's hype since training camp started is skyrocketing. So,
Gotcha.
I get it.
Alrighty. So for me, soda it's one of those drinks that, especially when you're younger, it's hyped. Like, you want soda. You want to drink soda. You don't want anything else. You want to get soda. You ask your parents for soda. But when you get soda, it's not necessarily the best thing for you. It kind of lets you down a little bit, especially, as, the years pass on and maybe you start putting on some pounds because of the soda. Maybe soda's the right thing this year. I don't know, but track record, I don't know. But Foyesade Oluokun has been hyped for years and hasn't necessarily hit that stride, but is this year going to be it, or will it be another letdown?
He was all right last year. He's pretty good. But no, I hear you. I like the hype as a kid because, the Oluokun hype's been around for a minute, right?
A while, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Alrighty, last two. So we got water for the boring people at the barbecue. Water maintains life. It's the cradle of civilization and all that jazz, right? For me,
can you explain that a little more?
No.
Okay.
For me, that's Jesse Bates, especially on Monday Night Football. Jesse Bates had 2 bad weeks last year. His rookie year, he had like 1. He just doesn't have bad games. He is the ultimate save your ass guy. So when I I'm down 20 points, 15 points with Jesse Bates going on Monday Night Football, I know I've got more than a good chance of coming back and winning. He's incredible. Love Mr. Bates. Will he ever find happiness with Anna?
What?
It's a joke.
I don't have it.
Downton Abbey.
Well, you assume I
wow.
watched that.
Yeah.
Cultured people do, and they'll get it.
Oh, God. All right. Speaking of culture, water's boring, but you need it. So for me, that's Javonte Williams. I'm not that excited about him, but you need running backs, and that's kind of the reason why he's getting drafted where he was. Yeah, I just not a like I see a lot. There's a lot to like, but there's not a whole lot that's like exciting, and that's water.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So for me, I feel like I'm similar comps, but a little bit of a different twist. Water, yes, is perceived as boring. It's perceived as maybe something you don't want. You want to pass over the water to grab the soda or grab the beer. But in the end, if you drink too much soda and beer, you get dehydrated. Water is great. It's you need it and you need to have that. Even though, and once you do start drinking it, you realize, oh man, like why wasn't I drinking this before? That's Derwin James. He's getting passed over a lot. But if you just took a second and grabbed that bottle of water, you would be refreshed. And, you
would be down a safety last year.
I know. But when he plays, Derwin James is like water. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with it. All right. Last but not least, we got beer, or I guess your alcoholic beverage of choice. This one's easy for me. Too much of it causes mud butt. Much like Big Dump Premium #1 overall pick Lamar Jackson, who ran out off the field last year to take a crap on national television.
That's still amazing.
So,
and then came back and won that game.
Though. And then came back and won the game.
So for me, my water was boring. That's Javonte Williams. Beer is better version of water. That's Najee Harris.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I get it. Not a super deep running back class this year. Huh?
No, I mean, they're fine. I think Najee Harris is really good, but it's like he's in a bad situation, I think.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So for me, this is going to be my first rookie, I believe. Yeah. So beer is one of those things that you generally it's super popular, especially at a cookout. It's one of those drinks that, everyone is going for the alcohol, especially if you're an adult. But the older you get, the more it kind of, maybe it's not the best option. Maybe you should be going for that water or, some sort of a soda, not drinking the beer. Maybe it's going to bite you in the ass. Maybe that's Micah Parsons.
Maybe you'll catch 2 to you.
You did not. You did not just slander beer that way.
I put Micah Parsons as beer.
Ooh-wee. I like it.
Because everyone is getting Micah Parsons, and I think it's going to bite them in the ass.
I'm not getting Micah Parsons, and I'm drinking beer right now.
Yeah, some people have a problem.
Not here.
No, I like it. I get the comp though, and the Cowboys, that whole situation, there are too many chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah,
someone's not going to produce there. So yeah, I get it. The price is too high for what you're getting. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Hey, so that was the 4th of July segment. Well done, gentlemen. That was a good one.
It was. This might be our last for the IDP guys podcast, because we usually did this Thanksgiving, 4th of July. I think we did Memorial Day one time.
I don't think I did that one. We did Christmas though.
Oh, did we do Christmas?
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, we've been all over the place with the holidays. But so just for everyone out there, know that this is our last season, but this is a segment that I think we're going to try and figure out a way of keeping it recurring, keeping it going, either in print format or maybe we'll do some special videos that go out because it is highly entertaining and interesting to see just people's different takes on food and how they,
Yeah.
That's a players. So
Yeah, and the players change year to year too. So
yeah, for sure.
And also hot dogs or sandwiches.
Anyways, so let's jump over to steak or salad. Johnny, you want to kick that one off?
Absolutely. So steak or salad is just an excuse for us to talk about something we like, something we don't like that's happening currently in our lives, football or other. My steak this week is surprise steak today, Cowboys on Hard Knocks, and then Horizon Zero Dawn I beat the other day. And man, was that it just a trip from start to finish. You get dropped in this world in the future where everything's gone to hell and you don't know what's going on. You're fighting mechanical dinosaurs and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you spend 80 hours figuring it out and then save the planet, and it's just fucking incredible.
Spoilers.
Wow.
It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah,
I love that this is your steak. That game's been out for like 3 years now.
well, I'm catching up on all the classics. I'm doing Witcher
Yeah.
finally. I never finished Witcher 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm doing that too. I never did Mass Effect. They remastered that. I did that. So
I'm so glad you got through Mass Effect.
So I
Yeah.
saw Mass Effect is on Xbox Game Pass, the 3 of them, so I could get them
Yeah.
for free.
Mm.
So sell me on it.
It's one of the greatest video game franchises ever made.
It's an incredible story that's just gonna hurt you emotionally. And
The characters stick with you.
Yep. If a game can do that to you, it's a good game.
So is it a first-person shooter? Is it a puzzle game? What is it?
Third
Third
person
kind of shooter. Yeah.
RPG.
Yeah,
Okay.
third-person shooter RPG. It's not like turn-based or anything like that. It's live-action, decision-based role-playing. It's good.
And your decisions like really matter. They follow your ass around.
Wow.
Yeah. The only thing that they don't really matter for is the ending, ironically. But the journey to get to the end is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well worth it. Well worth it. All right. Steaks. Who else? What do we got?
Go, Sean.
The Fantasy Football Expo. I'll be heading out there. And
Awesome.
yeah, I think I'm taking off like 5 days, maybe. I'm not going to be out there for all 5 days. We're doing a trip out and stopping at like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Three Floyds Brewery in Indiana and stuff. Should be fun though.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing you there. There's a lot of people that I'll be seeing at that expo, so I'm hoping to be able to get in good time with everybody. Wish Johnny could make it, but Johnny has other plans, and
Fuck that shit.
You don't want to come hang out with us?
No, I'd love to hang out with you two. You couldn't pay me enough to hang out with the fucking freaks from fantasy football Twitter.
Fair point. I am curious to see how people look in real life and act, especially with how they act online. So
Yeah. Have fun with that.
yeah, that'll be something. But so either way, there is a good amount of IDP guys coming to that. So look forward to kind of meeting the staff, some of the people. I've met Sean in person one time, so getting a chance to see you drink me under the table again.
We had a party last time.
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember dropping you off at your hotel. You were
Oh yeah, because I was doing shots with one of the PFF guys and with Pride of Detroit, Jefferson, and just throwing back whiskey shots all night.
Yeah.
It was like all night.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, there was
All right,
not a round I
looking
did
for,
not partake in.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so my stake is a couple of the charities that I'm involved with have been hitting some good records, some good numbers. First off is the autism awareness campaign that we're doing with the IDP Invitational is about to hit $1,000, which is cool because the invites haven't even gone out. So hopefully, we got 120 people come in. If they could drop, do an additional $25, then you're talking about a couple thousand additional for that, as well as being part of SFB Avi Makers. My wife is dying in the other room. Are you okay?
I think she's laughing at your inability to do math, but
the cat. I heard the cat was in the tub. Is all I could hear.
oh, okay.
I don't know. Either way, the Scott Fish Bowl Avi Makers that I'm part of just broke 7,000 for Toys for Tots charity. So which is double what they did last year. So that's been awesome. Good things to be part of.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, go for your salad.
All right, tossing some salads. It's not super terrible. Like full disclosure, I've got perspective. I know my life's pretty good, so I'm not huge into complaining these days. I got to go to Rhode Island for work because I got promoted and they gave me a bunch of money. It's terrible.
Oh, you're moving?
Yeah, for 3 months. I got to open a new office for us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're not moving permanently.
No. But it's moving. It's a pain in the ass. It's relocating, but whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
How much of your stuff are you taking? Are you just packing your car? Are you packing a U-Haul?
just packing a car. Yeah, it's
gotcha.
Yeah, it's all furnished and shit. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. My salad is that Hollywood will not be making it to the Fantasy Football Expo because I'm apparently too intimidating. For that's what I hear anyway. That's word on the street.
Wow.
He can't hack it.
I'm just bummed that I give off that vibe to him. I don't want to give off that vibe.
That's too bad because you guys would be like a drunk out or a blackout, like fog that would envelop.
Imagine them doing rounds together.
Oh my god!
Just like it wouldn't stop.
Would not stop. It would be something to behold.
They would write songs about it.
Dude,
shots.
I offered to pay to fly him out there, and he still said no.
Wow.
We were both going to help him out.
Yeah, you were going to take care of the hotel. I was going to take care of the flight, and he still said no. That's how intimidating I am.
Apparently. Yeah. Shots fired. But yeah, that's too bad. I was looking forward to seeing him. I told him first and last round was on me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and he turned down free alcohol?
Yeah. It was at least 2 drinks.
Jesus.
So. All right.
He's probably getting married and just not telling us.
Maybe.
They just he's eloping. We're gonna find out he has a wife.
I think he's got kids.
Yeah, so. I think he's got kids.
We're gonna find out he has a new wife.
That could be it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, so my salad is allergies right now, kicking my butt. Probably sound like Kermit the Frog. It's not great. So there it is. Johnny, last but not least, Johnny the Greek.
Yeah, I found a couple relevant ones for us. So we've got some week 1 lines are out.
Ooh,
let's go with the Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Thursday Night Football, week 1, game 1 of the season. The Cowboys are getting 6.5. This is at Tampa Bay, I believe. I'm going Tampa Bay money line. I'm sorry, not money line. I'm going Tampa Bay minus the points, minus 6.5. I think they just destroy us epically, and it's not going to be great. And the disaster starts earlier than usual this year. What do you guys think?
Ooh.
I think you're right, but that's not a bet I would make just because I think Super Bowl hangover is a real thing. And I just worry that, I'm not worried about Brady, but I'm worried that some people might not show up ready to play week 1. They just came off that big victory and they think they can coast a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being crazy, but I think it's closer than that.
Yeah, you could go spread.
If you want last year, didn't the Bucs? The Bucs didn't come out hot.
No, they didn't. They barely.
They looked
into
pretty
the playoffs.
bad. Yeah,
they had to beat the Lions. Remember that game? They had to beat the Lions, and Stafford got injured. And
yeah. So I would say that there's a solid chance that the Bucks don't need to be hot in early September. They need to be hot in October. So, and I kind of like with Dak back. Dak was pretty hot last year, and if things return to him playing well, I don't know. I'd probably take moneyline Cowboys.
I still think if I had to put money on it, I'm taking Tampa with the spread.
Yeah.
But it's probably just a bet that I wouldn't put money on.
Yeah, I feel much better about the second one here. We're going to talk about in a minute, but we'll be able to score. The Cowboys will be able to score points. Tampa Bay will obviously be able to score points. Just the differences in the defense is too big.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. But we shall see. And then also week 1, we've got San Francisco 49ers, I believe, at Detroit. Detroit is getting 7.5 points. Is there any way your Lions cover that? I'm going no.
Nope.
No way. That's a low spread.
It's 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 is a huge spread, but it's a low spread for that. Like
yes. It's in Vegas terms, it's a big spread, but realistically, they're going to get the shit kicked out of them.
Yeah. I think to bet on the Lions, you'd have to give them 17 points.
Realistically, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
That'll be a bloodbath.
Wow.
Plus, Jimmy G will be playing for his job.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out and just look amazing for this first time in his career, and then everyone's just gonna wonder, like, is he still the starting quarterback? And we have that narrative until he just like falls apart week 6.
Well, he always looks amazing. He doesn't always play.
Oh my God!
Wow.
You got one more in. Congrats.
All right. With that, let's wrap it up. For everyone out there, make sure you're following us on Twitter at IDP Guys. Individually, I'm at Nate Cheat. John is at OrangeMan3142, and Sean is at Lanny1925. Subscribe to the show if you want. We are ending in a couple weeks, but definitely keep listening. We're doing great. It's going to be a solid last season. We got some good guests lined up for the next shows. But Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all the podcatchers. Also, make sure to go to our website, idpguys.org. That's where you'll get all of the solid content, the great stuff, the stuff that is more fit to print than what makes it into this podcast sometimes. But, go there, become a subscriber. Get the magazines. I can't tell you how great those are, especially for your rookie drafts. Get set up so that you get them next year and have access to the rookie database that's coming later on this summer. We are set up for, we're the IDP guys. It's the idpguys.org, but we do so much more than IDP. We've got tons of offensive content. We're getting into Devy. Customizable stuff, super flex, tight end premium, it's all there. And we're becoming a great resource to help you win your leagues. And finally, do subscribe and like our YouTube channel, currently Writer Digest Network. I think we might be rebranding that soon just to IDP Guys. But even recently we put out a great episode of me designing some a poster for Sean. Sean, just real quick, can you give us an update on how that went with your staff?
Oh man, I could not believe that my buddy watched the entire thing, but he walked in to work and was just like, "Oh, we're balls deep now, bud." And so he watched the entire thing. They are pretty thrilled with it. So yeah, that went really well. I was happy with how it went.
Nice. Awesome. So definitely check out our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of content, much coming, and kind of get a sneak peek at what I will be doing next as far as what kind of content I'm going to be producing. I think it was a very hilarious show, and you also got to see me kind of at work, doing my designing. And if you've ever wanted to kind of pick up some tidbits on how to create a poster, it is there. So But yeah, anything else you guys can think of that we should plug before we go? The Invitational, the magazines. With that, Johnny, any final words?
Hot
No.
dogs or sandwiches?